Hey everybody, me again. What are we going to talk about this time? Simple. What I perceive in society. What society has become. Let's get started. You know what I perceive, what society, especially modern society in America or in the West, how it's full of predators and grifters trying to groom you into their cults or groom you into their cults or in their communities, or should I say into their cults. Everyone, why society is full of groomers and they're trying to groom you into their cults. You know why society is full of groomers and degenerates trying to groom you into their sick kicks? Because they're very insecure. They're very insecure about how they look. How very insecure they look. Wishing that they can have women along with them. Not just men, but also other women too. Wishing they could be part of a community. How very insecure about how they look, or just have a Napoleon complex. They're very insecure. They're extremely insecure. That's what people are, everyone. These people are extremely insecure. Yeah, these people are extremely insecure. And plus, those types of people usually have a Napoleon complex, wishing they could be that Sigma male. Wishing they could be that Sigma male. Love how insecure men try to be men when in reality they are cowards. These so-called Sigma men, they're not Sigma men. These people who try to be like people, these neckbeards on Reddit, or rather be on Discord. You're not edgy. You're annoying. You're not edgy. There's nothing edgy about you. There's nothing edgy about you. Look, there's nothing edgy about you. You're just annoying. These these are very weak people and insecure how they look, both male and female. You know how both ideologies are. You know how both ideologies are, everyone. The red pill and feminism, both degenerate ideas trying to groom you, both weak, trying to groom both weak boys and girls and boys into their cults and giving them their money. Yeah. That just shows how society, how fallen it is off. That's why society, everyone, needs to be burned down. Now let's make some music. Let's make some music, everyone. And that is how you do it, everyone. That is how you make great ass music. And you know what's the reason why majority of humanity will end up in the hellfire? You know why why most societies, not just in the West, but also just society in general, why majority of its people, why they will all end up in the hellfire? Why the majority of people in society will end up in the hellfire? The two major characteristics why people will end up in the hellfire. They couldn't control what's in the private parts, meaning zina, obviously, and they couldn't control what comes in or out of their mouths. Most people can't control what comes in or out of their mouths. That's why majority of people will end up in the hellfire. That's why majority of them will end up in the hellfire. And those who refuse to control themselves, they will burn forever in the hellfire. Forever in the hellfire. A society that doesn't take accountability. A society that just refuses to take accountability. A society that refuses to take accountability for its actions gets and deserves to be burned down and punished for its crimes. Look at societies like Sodom and Gomorrah in the Quran. All of them refused to believe. As a result, they were destroyed by fire. All because they refused to believe. Exactly, all because they refused to believe. That's why majority of the people in society will end up in the hellfire. Now let's make some music again, everyone. And that is how you make it, everyone. That is how you make great-ass music. Anyways, everybody, Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed because not only they refused to believe, but because they could have been cured. But the fact they refused to take it is why they were destroyed. Exactly, that's why they were destroyed. And hell has a special place for those people who commit oppression on earth. Their skin will burn and peel right off, then healed again, then burned again, so they can taste the punishment over and over. If a society refused to take accountability, you know what you get? You get what you fucking deserve. If a society refuses to take accountability, enforce justice, and just doesn't make people held accountable, you know what you get? You get what you fucking deserve. And that's what some of these societies need to be burned down. They need to be burned down because they refuse to take accountability. Those who refuse, you will get burned down to the ground. Those societies, everyone, rather be in a school or just society in general, just refuses to take accountability. Let's just say hell they're going to be fuel for the hellfire. All those people who allow people to get away with their crimes, hell is going to be fuel for those people. Those people in hell, they're going to be fuel for those people. Those people, they're going to be fuel for those people in hellfire. They're going to be fuel for those people in hell. There's going to be fuel for them. They're all going to be fuel for the hellfire. They're all going to be fuel for the hellfire. All of them are going to be fuel. Those people are going to be fuel for the hellfire. All of them fuel. Fuel for the hellfire. Because they deserve it. And it's just fun to watch degenerates and dregs of society get tossed and just get burned, and love it when they get punished, only for them to get punished and burned in hellfire forever. It's just fun to watch bad people suffer. And guess what? Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. For those degenerates out there who think it's okay to do whatever you want, get away with your crimes, not be held accountable, accountability is coming. You just watch. You can get away with it so many times, but it only takes one time to get caught and you're busted and you're done for. And that's pretty much all I have to say, everyone. If you like this video, like, and please, everyone, if you like this video, please spread this message around. Please spread this video around. And as I always say, everybody, fight this degenerate agenda.